Whether or not an RT Web Parts user can make use of these RT Baseline Services administration options or not, that's actually controlled through a couple of different security settings. So what we're talking about is creating data sets like relational data sets that will look at data that's in a relational database, for example, or configuring a table or trend configurations, coming up with customized kind of templates for trends and tables. That's stuff that's part of the RT Baseline Services administration. And as I said, we control that through a number of different security options. Now, one of them is something that may not be entirely obvious or intuitive, and that is that there are a couple of Windows groups that are actually created on the RT Web Parts server during the installation. The Windows groups are called RT Baseline Services or RT Baseline Admin and RT Web Parts Admin. These are two Windows security groups. So the Windows users that are logging into RT Web Parts have to be members of those two groups in order to make use of the RT Baseline administration options. So let me show you where you would do that. That's actually something that you can look at under Administrative Tools. Under, this is going to be Active Directory, Users and Computers. So you can see the two groups that have been added here, RT Baseline Admin, RT Web Parts Admin. RT Baseline Admin controls who has access to creating data sets. That was the section over here called Data Sets. Now, the other thing, this RT Web Parts configuration, the tables, etc., that's controlled by the other group, RT Web Parts Admin. By default, when we create these Windows groups, we make everyone members of that. So basically, it should be a non-issue because all Windows users by default are part of that group, of those two groups. So, but if you did want to make this more restrictive, this is where you would go. And for example, you could give this membership just to certain users. So, and for example, I've restricted this just to Christine. That means she's the only one who's going to be able to go in and create these Pi data sets here. Now there's one other requirement, and that is since we store these data sets and these configurations in the module database, then those users also have to map to a Pi user who has write access to the module database, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes.